Tonight on NewsLink Indiana, the Dow dropped more than it ever has in a single day.
And we've heard about the financial woes of one district for over a year, but now we'll hear about the impact it is having on another district.
Another cold day here in central Indiana. We have snow chances on the way. I'll let you know when they'll be in our area coming up.
From Ball State Unified Media, this is NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Emerson Lehman.
And I'm Brittany Erman. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight as winter weather is moving across the state.
A band of snow moving into Muncie and stretching out through Illinois and Iowa.
NewsLink Indiana weather forecaster Balint Salivari joins us now with a look at what we're seeing outside tonight. Balint?
Hey, good evening, Emerson and Brittany. I'm live here from the Scramble Light, and current temperatures are sitting in the lower 20s. The clouds are a bit thicker farther to the north. That's because that's where our next incoming weather system is working its way in from. It's already impacted parts of Iowa today. On the I-35 corridor near Ames, Iowa this afternoon, there was a 70-car pileup. So this system is definitely showing its strengths, and that system is going to continue to work southeast throughout the overnight hours, affecting us here locally in Muncie. Now, I've been carrying around this handy tape measure throughout the day, just taking some measurements of accumulated snowfall from yesterday across campus. The average consensus is about ½ inch of snow where it is present. Just next to me here off to the left, there's a pocket of 3-inch deep snow from where it has been plowed. So quite a bit of variation, but the average consensus is about ½ an inch. And as the overnight hours progress, we're going to see that snow work its way in. So for the morning commute, make sure to give yourself adequate time, give yourself extra time in the morning, as we're going to see anywhere from an inch possible here throughout our viewing area to 2 inches possible further up north. And then that's going to be the two main road concerns in the morning. We haven't seen any road crews out, but reporting live from the Scramble Light, Chief Weather Forecaster Balint Salivari, NewsLink Indiana.
All right, thanks, Balint. And I have to say, poor guy, he's probably freezing.
I'm cold just watching him out there, Brittany. We appreciate Balint braving the conditions. We appreciate all our weather people here at NewsLink Indiana as it's National Weather Person's Day.
It absolutely is, and we have some important information for you coming up. So, Joe, what can you tell us?
Thank you for that, Emerson. I woke up today, I didn't know it was National Weather Person's Day. We've had such an active weather pattern here in central Indiana. That's continuing through the week this week. Right now, radar, you can see some pretty more defined pockets of snow showers moving in from Illinois, areas like Portland, Marion, Kokomo, Lafayette. You've seen some of the heavier areas of snow over the last hour or so. As we just saw with Balint outside at that live shot, we didn't have snowflakes flying here in Muncie yet, even though radar's starting to pick up on a little bit. I will say that it does look like we will see a much broader coverage of these snow showers as we head through the night tonight. Now, how much snow is going to fall? Not really expecting too much. Maybe an inch for most places, a dusting to most places. Could see 1.5 inches to 2 inches as you head further north. Currently in Muncie, it's 24 degrees, winds out of the southeast 3 miles per hour. We're going to track these slick driving weather for you as you head forward through the rest of this week. We'll have that coming up in the full forecast. Emerson?
All right, thanks, Joe. Looking forward to it. MITS rolled out 3 route changes for its buses today. 2 of those are on McKinley Avenue. The timetables for Route 14 and 16 have changed so that the buses run on a 45-minute rotation. Route 14 will now leave the MITS station downtown at 7 in the morning and return after 9 at night, and Route 16 will start at 6:45 and will return after 9 o'clock.
The man accused of killing Colts linebacker Edwin Jackson and his Uber driver Jeffrey Monroe in a car crash on Sunday had a blood alcohol percentage of nearly 3 times the legal limit. According to court documents, Manuel Orrego Zavala's blood alcohol level was 0.239%, according to a breath test administered right after the crash. Since the crash, we have also learned Orrego Zavala was using a fake name and was here illegally from Guatemala after being deported in 2007 and 2009.
With Muncie Community Schools in transition over the past year and the corporation losing much of its control, more students have left than ever before. But where are they going? NewsLink Indiana's Esther Bauer explores how one corporation is handling the influx of students and the issues they're facing because of it.
Over 500 students leaving MCS this year and enrollment declining steadily even before the state takeover, Yorktown Community Schools are seeing more students come to their corporation than ever before.
I would say it's probably 80% or higher of our transfer students are residents of Center Township of Muncie Community Schools District, and we're in the neighborhood of maybe 425 transfer students. The capacity issues are a byproduct of some of the issues that Muncie Community Schools are facing.
Because of this, Yorktown Superintendent Greg Hinshaw instilled the corporation's first enrollment cap this past school year to help keep class sizes down. The corporation also has 2 modulars at their elementary school serving as classrooms. While discussions of expansion are happening, Hinshaw says new construction is not in the upcoming plans. With other school corporations near Muncie, Shonda Short, a Yorktown parent, says she is not surprised so many students are coming to the school.
I think it's because they are ranked 9th in Indiana and their communication is really good. The faculty always email me, let me know how my kids are doing, and I have capability of emailing them at any time. If we were in the school district, I would definitely want my child to go there anyway.
Hinshaw is confident the cap will remain in place for the upcoming school year, but says the role of a public educator is to serve all students, no matter where they are from. Yorktown plans to continue doing just that. In Muncie, Esther Bauer, NewsLink, Indiana.
While Yorktown schools are now working under an enrollment cap, Hinshaw pointed out that the students turned away far outweighs the number of transfers the school has accepted.
Ball State architecture graduate students are using their skills to help the community. Students are holding sessions with the public to see what can make Muncie better. NewsLink Indiana's Vanessa Brooks has more.
As families arrive at the Ross Community Center, they are greeted to a gym full of driven community members looking to make a real change. Mary Branning, a Ball State University graduate assistant, explains the purpose.
The Muncie Action Plan map is an initiative here in Muncie. They have 5 task forces a part of it, and the point of MAP is to improve the community, whether that's social aspects, physical aspects, environmental aspects, all sorts of things like that.
This Wednesday from 6:30 to 8:30 at the Unitarian Universalist Church on Bradford Drive, there will be the second of 4 meetings held by the Muncie Action Plan to talk to the community and see what they would like to have happen in the next phase.
Executive Director of Buy 5 in Muncie, Carrie Bale, is excited.
I think the board of MAP is really excited about the opportunity to get back out into the community, share some of the successes from MAP 1 and MAP 2, and really just dialogue and talk to the residents of Muncie and say, what's working? What are we missing? What's worked really well? What initiatives have happened and are moving really well? And where are we still finding gaps that we know that we want to focus on? So this isn't a complete rewrite of the MAP plan, but it's still honing in, saying there's pieces of it that we still haven't gotten.
In Muncie, Vanessa Brooks, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Muncie Action Plan will be hosting 2 more sessions following Wednesday's meeting. They will be held on February 15th and 22nd from 6:30 to 8:30 at night. If you are unable to make any of these sessions, you can go ahead and fill out a survey online at muncieactionplan.org.
The stability in the American economy seemed to crumble as the stock exchange's day came to a close. CNN's Claire Sebastian has the story.
It was a palpable shift in mood in the final hours of trading here at the stock exchange as the Dow lost 1,000 points and continued falling. At the close, the Dow and the S&P had given up their gains for the year. The Nasdaq barely up 1% in 2018. Now, stocks across all sectors lost ground: energy, tech, financials, and that's because the fears that gripped the market last week did not abate over the weekend. Inflation is a big one. We found out Friday that wages in the US grew at the fastest pace since 2009. Investors are now concerned that that could lead the Fed to raise interest rates faster than expected, and higher interest rates could dent corporate profits. Then we have the bond market. The US 10-year bonds have been hovering near 4-year highs, bringing more turbulence to the stock market. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, many feel this may quite simply be a long overdue pullback. The Dow, even with the losses over the past few days, is still more than 20% higher than it was this time last year. Whether this sell-off continues is up for debate. But one thing is clear: after months of calm on the US markets, volatility is back. Claire Sebastian.
Well, it's been 4 days since the fraternity ban was lifted here at Ball State. Coming up, find out how people are reacting to that lift. That's next.
Plus, we'll have another look at your weather forecast. Stay with us.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I've just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. The social probation for 12 IFC fraternities came to an end over the weekend, but what was the end result? NewsLink Indiana's Cameron DeBlasio has the story.
It's now been 4 days since the social freeze on IFC fraternities was lifted. That probation period lasted over 3 months and came with a fair amount of initial backlash. Interfraternity Council President Justin Kincannon says while it took time for some adjustment, many fraternity members saw positive results.
As it went on, I think the average man in these fraternities went from not liking to be on the social pause to feeling like it wasn't as bad as we thought, and the culture change is going to be worth the pause that we did have.
That pause required all members to attend alcohol and sexual assault training sessions. Delta Tau Delta Vice President Danny Nestorovsky says the training was ultimately a good thing.
It's not a very big deal, I guess. It was a pretty positive thing at the end of the day.
Moving forward, there will be meetings consisting of IFC members, Ball State President Jeff Mearns, and several other university officials. The goal is to create an open line of communication between the university and Greek life. That's something Kincannon says is a step in the right direction.
Having the fraternity men be able to communicate with those leadership positions more in the future is going to help the relationship we have between fraternities and Ball State.
Nestorovsky says he hopes the dialogue between the groups will help create a better way to address any future problems, one that does not include putting every fraternity on probation.
You can't just say fraternities are the bad thing and ban all the fraternities and suspend them. You kind of got to say, there's something bad in there and let's go dig deeper into finding what's bad.
No official date has been set for when the meetings will begin. The members of the group are still being assembled. In Muncie, Cameron DeBlasio, NewsLink, Indiana.
For more details about the probation and what comes next, check out the story on our website at ballstatedaily.com.
A state panel has recommended that a Hartford City judge be suspended 6 days without pay. The Indiana Judicial Qualifications Commission filed 4 misconduct charges against Circuit Court Judge Dean Young in June. One charge filed by the commission says Young violated the Code of Judicial Conduct when he prohibited a former clerk from entering the courthouse, quote, after conducting a hearing at which she was not present and for which she had not been adequately notified. The state Supreme Court will decide what penalties, if any, Young will face. Joe, what's coming up with weather?
Temperatures will stay in the mid-20s over the next few hours, but we do have snow on the way. I'll let you know when it'll be here coming up.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back. And Brittany, I am sick and tired of this cold weather, but as Joe's mentioned, it doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon.
Well, the cold weather is here to stay over the rest of the week. We do have some snow chances. That's the bigger story right now. An active night and weather here in central Indiana, giving you a more regional look at what's going on radar right now. You can see a pretty big complex of snow showers sitting in central Indiana right now, or central Illinois, making its way into central Indiana at this hour. A look a little bit closer to home, areas like Muncie, Marion, Kokomo, you're already starting to experience some of these heavier snow showers that are starting to come through the area today. We will see the snow increase in coverage as we head over the next few hours. Now, with that snow also comes cold temperatures. 25 degrees in Shelbyville right now, 24 in Indianapolis. But look at the areas where that snow is more prominent. 18 degrees right now in Fort Wayne, 16 in Lafayette, and 19 over in Champaign, Illinois. Currently in Muncie, we're sitting at 24 degrees. Note the southeast wind at 3 miles per hour. The winds have backed off out of the last few hours, making the wind chill temperatures sit actually closer to the real air temperature. Though areas where it is snowing, the winds are starting to pick up a bit. That's why it feels like 18 degrees in Fort Wayne, and it feels like a cold 5 degrees in Lafayette right now. Now, that snow that's making its way here right now will continue to push through central Indiana over the next few hours. Around 10 o'clock tonight, we'll see pretty broad coverage with the heaviest snow showers sitting in areas like Marion, Lafayette, Union. We'll see this system kind of make its way out of east central Indiana in the early part of the overnight hours, but it will be kind of a quick hitter. We'll see about an inch of snow accumulation. I think most areas are going to sit anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch, though as you head further northwest, we will see some greater snow totals. So through the night tonight, that northwesterly wind is going to cause temperatures to dip down to 18 degrees. Again, maybe an inch or so of snow accumulation. The morning commute, we're going to go with the yellow light tomorrow because we will see some slick roads out there with the snow that comes through tonight, though conditions will clear as we head throughout the day tomorrow. Temperatures will kick up to 28 degrees for your high temperature tomorrow. Still, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, making it feel cool. Note the PM snow. We're tracking another system making its way into the region for tomorrow night. That's the bigger story right now. This system will be sitting here after midnight tomorrow night in southwest Illinois, making its way to the northeast into central Indiana. Look at that, Wednesday 9 a.m. Your commute's going to be pretty sloppy Wednesday morning. You're going to want to take that into account. We're not expecting a big snowmaker out of this, but it will be more substantial than what we're dealing with over the night tonight. And that snow system will make its way out of here as we head through the afternoon hours on Wednesday. That 7-day forecast, active. Snow here on Wednesday. High pressure back for Thursday. We'll see cloudy conditions here on Friday, and then we'll see another chance for some rain here on Sunday. Note that it's rain because the surface temperature is going to be sitting at 36 degrees. We're above that freezing mark. If anything changes in the forecast, we could see another chance for some wintry precipitation here as we head through the weekend. Sunny skies here for Monday. Temperatures still below the average temperature of 38 degrees. So unfortunately, Brittany and Emerson, the cold temperatures are going to stick around for the rest of the week. We're staying below average. I know you guys aren't happy, but we just need to get through this snow that's going to be here today and tomorrow, and then things are a little bit better.
All right, so it looks like we're going to have to wait on that sunshine. I guess we'll take it.
Absolutely.
All right, so hopefully just for some brighter news, what's coming up in sports?
Well, we look ahead to Ball State men's basketball team's social media night game tomorrow versus Bowling Green. And also, the Cardinals baseball team is set to return to the Diamond soon. We take a look at that team next in sports.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm DeMarcus Brookins with sports. Despite some cold days here in Muncie, the Ball State baseball team has gotten in some outdoor practices. The conditioning and time on the field is important because the start of their season is right around the corner. They won't be playing in Indiana, however, until mid-March as they have a long road schedule ahead. The Cardinals baseball team starts off in South Carolina, then heads to New Orleans before jumping back to South Carolina before ending their trip in North Carolina. Coach Rich Maloney said that this kind of tough road schedule really isn't anything new.
It's just what we do. It's kind of like you really develop, you're either going to be a team or you're going to really not like each other. Fortunately for us in our program, we've always been a team, and it's an opportunity for us to go to a lot of different places, for these kids to have a lot of different experiences, play against a lot of great teams.
Ball State won't be back in Muncie until March 16th when the Cardinals host the Dayton Flyers at 3 p.m. The Ball State men's basketball team is looking to get back to their winning ways after they lost Saturday to the Eastern Michigan Eagles. It was a struggle for the Cardinals offense all game long. It was a one-point game at the half, but the Cardinals struggled to put points up in the second half, only scoring 15 points. The Cardinals offense could only muster up 41 total points, their lowest in a game since the 2010-2011 season. The Cardinals' leading scorer, Taylor Person, shot 3 for 13 from the floor, while Tajay Teague went scoreless in the matchup. In the loss, the Cardinals shot only 26.7% from the floor and 19% from beyond the arc, their lowest totals in 5 seasons. The good news for the Cardinals is that 4 of the next 5 games will be at Worthen Arena, where they are 10-1 on the season. Tomorrow night will be one of those 4 games as they host the Bowling Green Falcons. And that marks the annual social media night, and it returns bigger and better than ever. The first 500 students receive a social media night t-shirt, but the fun doesn't stop there. For attending, you can also get a free walking taco, a chance to use the official social media night Snapchat filter, and a chance to win Wix pies. It'll be a fun night filled with contests and Cardinals basketball. Tip-off is set for 7:30.
All right, DeMarcus, and thank you. We look forward to social media night, and it was the Super Bowl last night as well.
Yes, a great Super Bowl, one of the most entertaining I've seen, a record-setting Super Bowl, as the most yards were compiled in that game than any other game in NFL history.
All right, well, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing Ball State tomorrow night. And coming up, these Philly fans celebrated the win last night with some brass in the streets.
And up next in Trending, we'll talk about the halftime. Wait, is it the commercial? And from the big game.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. So it's time now to take a look at what is trending.
That's right, Brittany. An awesome segment. NewsLink Indiana's Terrence Fullylove joins us now. Terrence, good evening.
Good evening, guys. How you guys doing?
We're good. We're ready for some exciting news.
Ready for some trending videos.
All right. Well, then, Justin Timberlake had an interesting week. He turned 37 Wednesday. He released an album Friday, Man of the Woods, and he just finished performing at the halftime at the Super Bowl.
We saw that.
The sexy back singer received mixed reactions for his Super Bowl performance, which featured the late pop singer Prince. Rumors began circulating that Timberlake would feature a hologram version of Minneapolis' own, leaving many Prince fans upset. Sheila E., who is a close friend and former fiance of Prince, took to social media saying, "Prince told me don't ever let anyone do a hologram version of me. Not cool if this happens." And it didn't happen. It was basically on the big screen, and fans enjoyed it, and it was pretty turned.
People weren't happy about it, but we'll move on to some hopefully happier news. What do you have for us next?
Well, while some people were watching the Super Bowl, some were tuned into their social media as Kylie Jenner shared some exciting news. The reality TV star announced on social media that she had given birth to a baby girl on February 1st. Jenner told her millions of followers, "I'm sorry for keeping you in the dark through all the assumptions." She went on to briefly discuss her pregnancy and why she decided to hide it from social media. She also included the gender of her baby and the day she arrived. The 20-year-old shared a lengthy montage of videos documenting her pregnancy on her YouTube page, which included visuals of her and the baby in the delivery room. The new addition is the first child for Jenner and her boyfriend, Travis Scott. So it's some pretty interesting news.
Pretty interesting.
Do you think this means we'll stop hearing about them for a little while?
No, because Chloe's
right.
up next, so we won't stop hearing about them for
a while.
I
think a lot of Kardashian news. Well, thank you so much, Terrence. Well, what do we have with the last look of weather?
We have some snow coming in tonight, so we expect some slick road conditions tomorrow. A chance for more snow Wednesday. It'll be a little bit heavier Wednesday into Thursday, and then we'll see temperatures warm up a little bit, so rain chances here for the weekend.
All right, thank you, Joe. And that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 right here on Cardinal Vision or online at ballstatedaily.com.
And be sure to go ahead and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.
You've been watching NewsLink Indiana in high definition.